Right here, I'm about to re-release my film War by Deception. It's about the Iraq War, 9/11, and the anthrax attacks. And it talks about the Israeli hand involved in all three events. You know, a lot of previous 9/11 filmmakers have avoided Israel because they said if they included it that the film wouldn't go anywhere. Well, I find that to be ridiculous. Because talking about 9/11 without mentioning Israel is kind of like talking about World War II without saying anything about Germany. What's the point? It can't be done. You can't avoid the elephant in the room. And they're wrong. The film will spread, and I want you to help me do that. I want you to help me make this film go viral and make a point of saying that it's because it does mention Israel in the events of the bombings in 9/11, the truck bombings, the anthrax lies, and all the pre-war hype that led to a war in Iraq. It's time for some of the cowardly wings of the truth movement to grow a set and start talking about the giant elephant in the room. I don't understand this nonsense. We have real names and people and events who did these things, and yet there's this massive concentrated effort to push people on a path to nowhere with these generic labels of NWO and Illuminati and Luciferians and Bavarian death cults, all this hogwash. We have real names and people, and it's time that 9/11 truth be dealt with in a factual and rational manner. Stop going off on these weird conspiracy theories about ancient orders and symbolism on the dollar bills and such nonsense like that. We know who these neocons and Zionists were, and we have the documentation for what they did. There's absolutely no reason at all to just vaguely say compartmentalized factions of the government and NWO, New World Order, and things like that. That doesn't tell you anything. It just tells you what didn't happen, and it doesn't explain what did happen. You can't just say they did it. We need to know more specifically what went down, and that's why I made a film about this again. Please enjoy my film and pass it around to everyone you know. It's time to take new leadership in the truth movement on a more rational and factual path and get away from these charlatan, sensationalist hype that has for too long acted like a giant dragnet for 9/11 truth to catch people and put them on a path to nowhere. Just talk about the real people, the neocons and Zionists that led to these wars and the attacks. I hope you enjoy my film.